Good morning everyone, welcome back to another video. I thought I would do a bit of a weekly vlog this week just to share what I get up to in the garden and at home. I'm currently starting the video not at home. We have taken a trip a few hours south down to Bega to an Airbnb. The cottage is up on the hill. I'll show you once I kind of clean up the place a little bit. But yeah, Scott and I decided to come down here with Grayson just to have a little getaway for the Anzac Day long weekend, and it has been so amazing, so relaxing and so beautiful. I've come down just for a little stroll to get some fresh air and just let my hair dry a bit because I've just had a shower. I had such a nice morning coffee this morning. We usually take our little Bialetti coffee maker, coffee filter thing down on Airbnb trips with us and when we go camping, and I always forget how nice the coffee is when I use it, so I might actually start to use it more at home because it was such a nice coffee. But yeah, I wanted to just enjoy this nice little stroll. This is our last morning here before we head back home. I'm just soaking it all up because the sounds, I'm sure you can hear all of the birds in the background, and I can hear wallabies like thumping around in the bush. There's quite a lot of deer around as well, which I know they're not native, but I don't know, they're still such magical creatures. So that's been kind of fun to see those. I have to watch where I'm walking because there's actually a wombat burrow right here and I can see some kind of fresh prints there, so I don't really want to go too close to that, and usually when you see that you don't want to walk directly on top of it because it's obviously hollow. But yeah, I was going to start the vlog when I got back home, kind of do like a garden vlog this week, but I thought I may as well share this beautiful place. I filmed a video yesterday actually about my connection to nature and how I want that back, so I don't know when that video is going out, either before or after this, but I don't know, this place is too beautiful not to share. We're staying, they're called the Rock Lily Cottages, and there's 2 cottages on the property along with like the main house, and they're Airbnb, so you can find them on Airbnb. We're staying in the Bracken Cottage. It's like a mud brick cottage. It's so cute and so cozy, and unfortunately it wasn't cold enough to have a fire. But we have stayed here before at the other cottage, and when you do have a fire in these little cottages, it is so nice and cozy. I've just seen Grayson and Scott popping out on the balcony. Grayson has just woken up from a nap, so I might go say hello and then continue this video in a little bit. Here are the birdies. Wow. What's that? It's a camera. Camera. Say hi, YouTube. Right, we are all packed and ready to go. I will show you just a quick little walk in the cottage. This is the little living area, dining, kitchen. There's a bedroom in here, which is where we stayed. It's very dark. And then a little bathroom as well. And this is the couch, and then this is the view that you look out to. Absolutely amazing. And then there is an upstairs as well, which has also some beds up there for more people to stay, but we didn't need that space. So this is the little cute cottage. We are probably going to just have a slow trip back up. It's a few hours, so we'll stop somewhere. We'll let Grayson kind of just have a sleep, and then whenever he wakes up, we'll stop. We might stop at the bakery in Central Tilba. I think there's a bakery there. And yeah, we'll see how the drive goes. But yeah, this is Sunday. I'm not really getting up to too much. So yeah, I will share what I get up to during the week throughout this video. Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday. It's the end of the day. It's, I don't know, like 5:15, and I'm tired. But I want to get just a little bit of weeding done this afternoon. My mum is out here helping me in the garden, and I just want to get like 10 minutes done. A little bit of speed weeding to kind of just tidy up one of the areas. There's so many mosquitoes around, so it's not that pleasant out here at the moment, but it is nice and cool, which is great. So I'm just going to tidy up an area, and that's pretty much all I'm going to do today. Didn't really plan on doing too much gardening today, but I will share what we get done for the rest of the week. I do plan on going down to the flower farm and doing a bit of work down there over the next few days, so hopefully I can get some of that done and just keep moving right now, because all of these mosquitoes are so annoying. Right, I'm going to focus on this area here, which has got just a lot of calendula and little things popping up. There's a lot of tomatoes that I don't really want here, so I'm going to tidy up this area, I think, starting by removing all of these tomatoes that definitely won't produce tomatoes going into the cool months. I'm going to leave a few calendula, but just tidy up most things. Some spring onions in here that I would just like a little bit better visibility for, so I'm just kind of working through a few of these weeds as well while getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. And I'm probably going to come through and cut a lot of this dill tomorrow or the next day. Probably using some salads, so that will free up the spring onions that are all planted in here. And some parsley as well, that's self-sown itself, which is nice. But yeah, none of this dill I planted, and it's just so healthy and beautiful. It's just self-sown here. It's so delicious. Last little patch, I'm going to just tidy up this forage here. I don't need this much forage. I don't really need any forage, but I'm going to keep like some plants on this side of the lavender and clean up these and maybe get something else to plant in here. This just goes crazy. It just self-seeds everywhere. I love having a forage plant or like a few, but I don't need this many. So luckily it's pretty easy to come out, but I do need to replace it with something, or else it's just going to keep popping back up because there's so many seeds that have dropped in this area. I'm just going to leave it on the ground though to act as a mulch. Forage is like a bioaccumulator, so it brings up a lot of nutrients from really deep within the soil. These plants aren't that big though, so they haven't brought up a lot of nutrients, but you can kind of see like the root there. They have like a bigger taproot, and yeah, they're really great for your soils. So you can cut them up and use as mulch, just to protect the soil while I don't have anything else planted in here. And smells like cucumber, which is a bonus. Right, I'm tapping out because the mosquitoes are just too much, and it's getting dark as well. So that's all I'm going to do today. I will come back out here tomorrow and see what else I can get done. Good morning everyone. It is now Friday, a few days later, and I'm trying to film this clip right now, and I have an audience right now. Let me show you what I'm working with. I don't know if you can see them, but they have been in our yard for 3 days straight, just eating all of the grass. They're not fazed by me at all, so I'm just gonna let them be, and we're gonna continue this clip while we have kangaroos in the background. I'm not complaining or anything because I love them and they're really cute. It's just like slightly distracting to have kangaroos a few meters away from you when you're trying to film. Anyway, I haven't filmed for the last few days because I have just been doing mum life and yeah, taking care of Grayson, and it's also been raining quite a bit. We had 2 straight days of rain, which was lovely, but just couldn't really film. So this weekly vlog is turning into like a few days throughout the week. But I have a whole tray of plants here that I thought I would share what plants I have. I really love my local nurseries. There's 2 around us, and they're so nice. I love supporting them when I can. So I picked up a few plants from there, and my mum, who is also staying with us at the moment, she picked up a few from in town as well. So I'll run you through just some of the plants that I'm hopefully going to get planted this afternoon. I was going to do it now, but it's just a little bit sunny and just a little bit hot, and timing wise it's not great. So I'll see if I can plant some now, but if not, this afternoon these will be going in the cottage garden. So keep in mind, for my climate here, we live in like a very mild temperate climate. We don't really get hard frosts here, so I can plant a lot of things all year round and have things grow, and all of these flowers can handle a little bit of cold weather, so you can plant them in the ground now, some even throughout winter, or you can plant them in early spring as well, just depending on your climate. I have 2 punnets of hollyhocks here. They are, it just says summer carnival mix and a mix, so we'll try hollyhocks. I tried planting from seed, didn't have success with them, but I really do want some hollyhocks in the cottage garden up the back, to kind of like tower over and have a feature point to look at. So got a few of those. I have 1 more punnet of delphiniums. These are the Pacific Giant, and I planted some delphiniums in the garden, but they kind of got a bit overtaken with weeds and too much rain, so I'm hoping I can keep these alive. I also have a punnet of dianthus. These are the giant cherry mixed, and they're just getting flowers now, some of them, so I think these will be nice in the cottage garden as well. They're kind of either called dianthus, or I think they're called carnations as well. They're pretty similar. And then I'm going to try plant these. I got a Wonderland mix of poppies. Usually I sow poppies direct, like just sprinkle seeds around, but I just don't think it's really working in my garden at the moment. So I'm going to try punnets and do seedlings of poppies. I've got this and another punnet as well of mixed poppies, so we'll see how they go. And these are looking a little sad, but I did get 2 punnets of spinach as well, or silver beet. We eat so much of this in the garden. I basically have it as a side whenever we have extra in the garden. We cook it up with some onion and garlic and have it as a side with our dinners. So I always go through this, and I could plant it from seed because I do have seeds, but I don't have the time right now. So I'm gonna try these as well. And that is what I got for some punnets and plants. So yeah, the plan is to plant these in the cottage garden and just fill in all of the spaces, because I'm sick and tired of just weeds taking over this area. So I really want to just fill it with plants and just enjoy this space while I can. I think first I'm going to plant the dianthus just in like this area here. I have some cabbages that I need to take out, so I'm going to take those out and just have like a little drift in here. I also have jonquils that are going to come up on all of the sides of the pathways, so I don't want to disturb those. I think in this area will suit best for these. And I do have some poppies coming up in here, so that's why I didn't want to plant poppies. But I think these will be fine here. Right, I think I've planted enough for today, so I will turn you around and show you what I got done in the cottage garden. So here is a little pan of what it looks like. Grayson was out with us watching what we were doing, which is nice. But over here, I need to kind of clean up this cardboard here, but I planted 6 spinach, or silver beet. Mum's with Grayson, by the way, so don't worry about the noises. Over here I planted some hollyhocks and some ranunculus. So these ones I accidentally actually planted here. They like part shade, but this is more of a full sun, or it gets afternoon shade, which is nice. So hopefully they'll be okay. They only grow up to 60 centimeters in here. I also planted some ranunculus, and there are a bunch of jonquils that I can see popping up all throughout here. So they'll kind of be like a border of these that will go around the pathway. Down here in this section, I planted those dianthus in there, and same with the jonquils, they will carry on here and in this garden bed as well. I planted some delphiniums in this area, this is kind of like my wild cottage garden, fairy garden over here. And a few more delphiniums on this side, and then hollyhocks up the back. And these grow a bit taller than the other ones, I think to about a meter and a half or so. So they will be nice at the back of the garden. And then slowly panning around over here next to all of the broad beans and dill that's planted. I planted a few more hollyhocks up the back and some spinach around here. I came through and used all of the borage here as mulch, so hopefully that will give some nice nutrients to this area of the garden. And I'm also hoping that all of the broad beans are going to fix nitrogen into the soil for more plants as well. So that was my little garden adventures today. I did sprinkle on a little bit of garden lime throughout this garden. We have very acidic soils here, so I just like to add a little bit of lime every now and again to raise the pH level. I have a feeling that maybe some of the problems I'm having with growing some plants in this garden is my pH. I should probably come through and do a pH test, but yeah, it can't help just adding a bit of garden lime into this area. So I think that's going to be it for today. I'm going to go inside, have a bit of chill time, and then see what we get up to tomorrow. The last job in the garden that I was working on this week was planting some sweet peas. I have this very overgrown area of the garden, and I wanted to make the most of this little makeshift trellis that I have. I just used whatever I could find in my garden shed to put together a little trellis that I grew some dwarf snow peas on, and it worked really, really well. So I think dwarf sweet peas are going to look really beautiful in this area. So I'm just weeding it through. Pulling weeds is really easy when you have a no-dig garden, which is basically what I have. And then to add nutrients to this area, I am just adding some potting mix on top. You can use compost or whatever you have available. I had a little bit left over, so I'm just going to be adding that on to where I'm going to be planting them. I'm using a knee-high mix of sweet peas, and I've actually never grown sweet peas before, so I'm very intrigued to see how they grow. I've never even smelt a sweet pea, I don't think. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how these grow in my garden. I know a lot of people always talk about sweet peas and how beautiful the scent of the flowers are, so I am looking forward to seeing how they grow and what the flowers look like. I believe these are just a mix of different colours, and they only grow about 90 centimeters tall, so that's perfect for this little trellis that I have. I'm planting them pretty close together, about 5 centimeters apart, and just putting a few in each hole just to make sure that they definitely germinate. I don't know if this is going to be enough seeds to really cover the trellis and to make it look nice and full, but we shall see. Let me know if you have any sweet pea growing tips or just your experience growing them, whether you fertilize them, how quickly they germinate. I would love to know any advice that you have on growing sweet peas. I'm going to be covering the potting mix and where I planted the seeds with some sugarcane mulch. This is just going to suppress the weeds in this area. There's a lot of self-seeding coriander that's coming up. some catnip, and lots of little ground covers and herbs that always pop up in this garden. So this just allows me to see where they are, where I planted the seeds, and yeah, just to keep some of the weeds down. Speaking of coriander and ground covers, I have this just massive coriander here that I'm going to be tidying up. We have been eating so much coriander and I just can't go through this much. I let a few plants go to seed and sprinkled the seeds out, and this is what I got. I didn't purposefully plant any of this coriander, but I am so grateful that it has self-sown in this area because we have really been enjoying it. So I'm just going to be clearing some of that coriander, popping it into the compost bin, and my plan is to plant some poppies in this area. But before I do, I want to add some garden lime in. This is going to increase the pH of the soil in this area. We have very acidic soils where we live, or not very, but they're on the acidic side. Plants still seem to grow fine in it. However, I do like to add garden lime every few months just to raise that acidity or raise the pH level a little bit, just so that the plants can uptake a little bit more variety of nutrients. If you're too far down with acidity or too high with alkalinity, plants actually can't uptake certain nutrients. So I want to give all these plants the best chance that they can get. And I'm going to be planting just a few poppies in this area that I picked up a punnet. There was a spider that crawled on me before, so that just really freaked me out. But yeah, I'm just planting them really close together to hopefully get a nice display of poppies in a few months, and just giving them a nice water in. So that was all I really got up to. I did plant a few more plants. I have this little shrub that I wanted to just plant somewhere. It's just going to be a really nice small shrub in the garden, and I just needed a space for it. So I'm popping this next to where I planted the sweet peas, and hopefully I can just kind of like train it to be a little bit more of a ball shape. I also have some silver beet that I need to find some space for, and I planted a fuchsia in the garden over in the fairy garden, so I think that is nicely suited over there, as well as planting a few more straw flowers to fill in some more of the spaces. So that is all I got done this week in the garden. The cottage garden is really jam-packed full of flowers now, so it's going to be a really nice display of colour over the next few months, and I will take you along to show you what everything looks like and how things grow and what the blooms look like as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for lots more garden content. It really does help me out and is completely free for you. But thank you so much for being here today. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and until my next one, happy gardening everyone. Bye.